we've got the most important person functioning well, standing next to me. But before anything happens with this little chappie, I actually met him last year, and I've been told software has been upgraded, so he's even better than last year. Before we actually start with the robot, I would like to offer you our last TED question for today's session, which will be up there in 0 time. Okay, the question I would like you to answer using one of those 3 options is, what do you think of the use of service robots in the tourism industry? Only one answer, please. Answer 1, used widely. I think this is good because service robots have many advantages. Answer 2, they will be used widely. I think this is bad because service robots have many disadvantages. And option 3, they will hardly be used. I think this is good because service robots have many disadvantages.
No, on the contrary, I'm here to help humans.
Be quiet for a second, okay? All right, please vote now. One more second. Oh, interesting. Okay, so option 1 and 2 are your favorites.
I think all living things are amazing, except when they pee on me.
Okay, I'm gone. This little chap here wants to take over. So I would like to introduce Nicolas Boudot, the director of EMEA. And you're going to show us, tell us?
Show you and tell you about Pepper, yeah.
Pepper, okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Thanks a lot. Good evening, everyone. So, quickly, before we start to see what Pepper can really do, and we'll be interacting with Pepper, I just want to share with you, why at SoftBank Robotics we're designing humanoid robots, and because that's the thing we do, that's our DNA. We believe in humanoid robots. Very basically, the shape and the way they behave make them really easily accepted by everyone, and that's key. They're also suited and adapted for an environment that has been designed for humans, so they're easily evolving in that environment. But really what is key is that they're capable of interacting using their entire body language. It's important in the interaction to have devices and robots that make the best use of their shape and their body. The result of that is basically that turns into robots that are proactively engaging with people and establishing a level of emotional empathy in their interaction with people. Today, at SoftBank Robotics, we have designed 3 robots. The first of the family is now. That was the first design we had, and now is the...
Pound it.
Should come back, I guess. Okay.
Don't leave me hanging, bro.
So, let's do it. We'll wait for the image. Okay. Maybe it's... we'll see what happens here. Okay, so the first we did is our small robot now that you can see on our booth. Then we designed a research platform, Romeo, which is a robot of 1 meter 40 centimeters. That is a robot that we use for research with the aim of designing a robot that will be a companion at home for elderly people in order to people losing their autonomy to maintain them at home. So that's one of the goals the companies had, developed this type of robot. And the third robot we designed is really Pepper. And Pepper is the robot that is here with me. That has been designed to interact with public, and let's see what we do with it. So, why it's so important to design humanoid robots, and why is it so important to work on emotion with people? We know, and a lot of studies are showing that if you're able to engage your guests, if you're able to engage your customers, that will, the payoff is going to be huge, and there will be a financial premium. So emotionally engaging, emotionally connecting with guests and customers, it's the key of a success. And do you think that they will feel, or do you feel emotionally connected with these devices? Not at all. The emotional connection is done with devices that have the shape of humanoid robots, such as Pepper. But even if you do humanoid robots, you need to be careful. You don't, I mean, and the way we do it is important. Is we do design humanoid robots that look like robot. There is no ambiguity. You know, some others are designing robots that try to mimic really human. And we get an example here of the Toyota Japanese robot, which has a latex skin. And the results of that, I mean, doesn't work. There are many studies, I mean, showing in that curve that is called the uncanny valley, that shows that if you go too close to trying to mimic the human, you go down to the concept of zombie. And then people, instead of being more accepting dealing with this type of device, they're just frightened. It doesn't work. The robot we do design, I mean, they look like robots. I mean, Pepper is not looking like a boy. Pepper is not looking like a girl. I mean, Pepper is just a robot. I mean, what are you asking? If you get a chance to come to our booth, you will be asking Pepper, and he will tell you that he's just a robot at the end. That's what he is. And that's important because, you know, people, they come and they're keen to interact with Pepper because they know that's a machine. You know, they know that when they talk to Pepper, there is no judgment. They can be open when
Sorry,
they talk to it.
I can't for the moment.
Yeah, I know. So that's really key. So I mean, we are designing, you know, a robot that are able to understand emotions. You know, we use all the sensors of a robot, so they know how you feel, they know how you are, and the result of that is for us to adapt the behavior of the robot in a way that they result in rich interaction with human. Emotional interaction is key, and I mean, today, I mean, you get technology everywhere, and guests and customers are just expecting that technology to be invisible, to be, I mean, intuitive, natural to use, natural to interact with, you know. And some of you may have some, you know, kiosk in their environment, but I mean, that's over. I mean, that doesn't work. I mean, that's not what guests are expecting, you know. They're expecting to have devices, I mean, such as, you know, digital mirror, for example, in their room, or robot to welcome them, where they just naturally interact with them. I mean, they don't want to be dealing with complex technology. What Pepper and what humanoid robots provide is, you know, natural interaction with guests. So guest experience is the key. I mean, you know, many people are saying that we are now moving from the, I mean, after the, you know, we had the agricultural economy, the industrial economy, the service economy, and we're now entering the experience economy. So, I mean, everybody talked about customer experience, about guest experience, and that's key. I mean, today, your guests, I mean, they are connected, and they expect when they come to your places to, I mean, have a connected experience. So, and what we know also, it's, you know, digital is fine, but I mean, it's still important in the market we are in to maintain, I mean, a touch of humanity. I mean, human touch, it's something that still needs to be kept. And you understand where I'm going. I mean, having a device like Pepper that is connected with humanoid shape, you just fulfill the expectation of your customers and guests. But in addition to that guest experience, what we see also is key is to be able to provide a personalized experience, you know. And I'm going to quickly discuss, because I know you'll also want to see Pepper talking, but I'm quickly going to discuss on, you know, 2 examples of what type of guest experience can we provide with Pepper. So, I mean, first is, I mean, recommendation. I mean, you know, things that works really well for your guests when they're online. You know, they get personalized recommendation that's available 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. I mean, in physical place, and that's available in any language. In physical place, that's a bit more complex. You know, I mean, your personnel is not always connected, or maybe not connected at all. I mean, the availability is limited, and you cannot cover all the language anyway. I mean, your guys are pretty fluent in many languages, but I mean, now, I mean, tourists is really what I mean. There's so many languages to cover that it's difficult to be able to provide recommendation in any languages. What we offer with Pepper is basically, you know, Pepper is capable of to recognize the guest, identify the guest. That could be done either through a loyalty, through the hotel card. Technology is here also to allow facial recognition. So I mean, Pepper, from a technological point of view, is capable of identifying me when I enter a place. He's capable of telling me, "Hi, Nicolas. I mean, here are the recommendation he will do for me." I mean, he know that, I mean, in terms of, you know, shows, I mean, art, I mean, travel, what are my habits, what I like. You know, he has access to my profile, he has access to all my history, and he's able, in the physical place, to provide me on the fly exactly the type of service that the guest is expecting, because it is what he has been experiencing online. So you're just bringing in the physical place what the guest is expected because he has been going through that online. So I mean, as a guest, I mean, how do I feel when I get treated like that in the physical place? I mean, I just feel that I stand out of the crowd really, that I'm just developing a sense of belonging that is key. So I belong of that community, I belong of that brand really, and so it's emotional connection to the brand, and that is key. I feel secure, and I have confidence in the future. I mean, having dealing with a device that is capable of providing me such a good quality of personalized recommendation about the services I will be able to find. Another, I mean, benefit of having devices and humanoid robots in it's data collection. I mean, data collection. I mean, you guys might be running reviews online or after the guest, I mean, is gone from the place he was. Doing that in a physical place, it's always more complex because I mean, guests may not want to do it immediately, talking to someone, and it's time consuming from the employees. I mean, and what Pepper can do basically, it's in any of his services and interaction he will be providing to the guest. I mean, when he will be greeting, when he will be doing check-in, check-out, answering the frequently asked questions, I mean, being in the role of a concierge or I mean, finding locations for customers, all along the various use case role is performing, is capable of collecting data from customers and guests. I mean, we use all the sensors of Pepper, so even if I don't identify myself, when I'm talking with Pepper, he knows that I am a man, he knows that I'm no longer in my 20s, more in my 50s, so he knows my age, he knows my mood, and all that data, I mean, it's important to know, because when you're pushing information to the customer, you want to know if it's appropriate, and if it's not appropriate, you want to correct that. So you get access on that data online. In addition to that, I mean, you can also record really what the guests are telling you or are telling to Pepper. And that audio, we are able to transforming that into text that is extremely useful for your analytics after. So a couple of examples of what type of information we can collect with Pepper. I mean, Pepper, I told you know about the gender, the age, the mood, but also, you will be able to know when has been Pepper serving your guests along the day. I mean, how good is he performing? For example, if you want him to perform enrollment to your loyalty program, I mean, you will see how efficient it is for the various ages. And you may have a robot to perform surveys in any languages, asking the question about how the customer, the guest feel about the new layout of the reception or something like that. So that's where we stand now. I mean, often we get asked about, yeah, but I mean, AI is a big subject. So I mean, where does Pepper use AI really? So I mean, in many senses, I mean, when Pepper does voice recognition, when he performs tone analyzing to understand your mood, we're using AI to do that. Language, I mean, we're working on having natural language processing capabilities on the robot. Pepper is capable of translating from one language to another language. That's using AI, and it is capable of doing that through the cloud, working on services provided by these players such as Watson or Microsoft services. When we work on vision, on face recognition, on emotional analysis, that's AI that allows us to do that. And all the business intelligence and analytics also is based on AI algorithms. So that's where we stand in regards to AI. So I just wanted to tell you that in that's happening today. I just wanted to show a small video of one of the use cases we have where Pepper, there is over 30 Peppers on board of Costa Crociere boats. I mean, they have 4 boats using Pepper to welcome passengers, answer the FAQs, provide entertainment to the passengers, as well as give them information about the daily's activities they can find on board. On the fly, update the schedule for the daily's activities. I mean, and it's welcome, and we see and the feedback we have from Costa, I mean, of course it works well with kids, but it works well with any person, I mean, with adults and older people. So that's in use every day, I mean, 7 days a week in a Costa cruise around the Mediterranean Sea and the North Sea. So robot is not only the future, I mean, robots are available today. I mean, that's a couple of companies, both in tourism, but also retail, that are already using Pepper robots. So you get some example here of a lot of, I mean, companies that are already started to deploy Pepper robots to help them with their guests and customers. So I'm just going to conclude before I show you a brief example of what can be done with Pepper. I'm just going to conclude my presentation by telling you about our company, SoftBank Robotics. I mean, we're today the worldwide leader in humanoid robotics. You need to know that we already sold 20,000 robots around the world, and 10,000 of them are paper robots. We have offices around the world. We're still small. We're only 500 employees working on robots, but only on humanoid robots, the one you see here. And our shareholders, I mean, the main shareholder is SoftBank, but I mean, we have two other shareholders. One is Foxconn, and the other is Alibaba. So maybe it's time now to come and see Pepper and give you a bit of, presentation. Not that one. We'll do that.
I am showing my
Okay.
ability to speak 20 languages.
Why not?
I can speak English. I hope you like my accent. Je montre ma capacité à parler 20 langues. Je peux parler français. J'espère que vous aimez mon accent. Ich zeige meine Fähigkeit, 20 Sprachen sprechen. Ich kann sprechen Deutsch. Ich hoffe, dass Sie meinen Akzent gefällt. Estoy mostrando mi capacidad de hablar 20 idiomas. Puedo hablar español. Espero que os guste mi acento.
Muy bien, Pepper. So it's better than me in talking language, various foreign languages. What I wanted to show you really in addition to that is an example of a use case. For example, how Pepper can be used in an airport, for example. And I may want to check in and modify
Yes,
my
I
checking.
can speak, but please, be patient with me if I still make mistakes.
I will be patient, Pepper. Don't worry.
Let's see.
No stress.
Hello, can I help you with your booking?
Yes, please, Pepper.
Cool. Please show me your booking QR code, or fill in your name and booking reference on my tablet.
So I'm just going to retrieve my my QR code here, my boarding pass. Here it is. So I'm going to show Pepper my boarding pass.
Thanks. Let me retrieve your booking. Hello, Mr. Boudot. Here is your next flight. What can I help you with?
Pepper, I want to change my seat. I want to change my seat.
Okay, let's change your seat. Oh, there are very few seats available, only 2 on the top floor. Would you prefer to be seated next to the aisle or next to a window?
I prefer a window.
Window, okay. I give you the seat H5. It is located on the top floor, next to a window, so no one will wake you up during the night to take a walk.
That's
Is this okay for you?
That's super cool, yes.
Perfect then. Do you need something else?
Yeah, can you send me my boarding pass? Can you send me my boarding pass?
Okay, I can send your boarding pass if you give me your phone number.
So I get my new phone. I give you
Please fill in on my tablet.
my phone number here.
Thank you. I am sending you the boarding pass right now. Now you need to drop off your bags if you have some, then go to the security, and finally gate C14. You should go now. There is only 6 minutes to wait at the security. Then you have 2 hours before your flight. Take the opportunity to check out the many restaurants and bars next to your gate.
Thanks, Pepper. So basically, that's showing you an example of what can be done with Pepper in terms of interaction. And what I quickly want to say is, we are really positioning Pepper here to assist people, and here we'll be assisting, on just instead of having a kiosk in the airport, just providing that, poor experience. You can do the same thing, but enriching the experience with Pepper, where you're just adding that human touch on the interaction you have with the customer. It's much more engaging, and people are more keen to interact that way with the robot. Yeah. I don't know if we have any time for question. I don't know how that works, but I'm more than happy to answer a question. And I mean, is that doable? Or
I've given you a little bit of additional time, so if the audience has any questions, please feel free to ask. I think we can take 2 questions. Anyone? If not, I have one. I think that many in the audience, I assume that, would love to know how much does such a robot cost?
that's a good question, exactly. I mean, and that robot costs 20,000 euro or dollar is the same thing today. I mean, 20,000 euro with a 3-year professional service, that are ensure the continuity of a service that is delivered. So yeah, that's an excellent question, because it's important to know that, I mean, these machines, if you look at what Korean or American have done, I mean, you will see tremendous robotic machine. I mean, I don't know if you have been looking at that make run, jump. They're just not robots that are available to the market now. They're just prototype. They cost over $1 million. And what we do at SoftBank Robotics is to take the technology that is available today and bring that to the market at a price that is affordable, and that's affordable, yeah.
Thank you very much. Is there maybe one more question from the audience?
Thanks.
I would like to know why robots are being developed in this specific area, which is very close to customer service,
Mm-hmm.
very close to, it needs very much human touch, and there are many other areas where still the service is very poor.
Yeah.
For example, museums, visiting itineraries around
Yeah.
the city. There are so many areas in tourism services where information is so weak, and I wonder why.
So thanks for the question. So I mean, that robot has been developed to interact with people. You know, we didn't specifically develop it for any vertical. So we see Pepper, and that's what is happening in every places where there is public. The first vertical, I mean, the first market that we have been going into is retail, because I mean, retail there is a lot of need for services. You know, and I may give you an example of a service in retail that is no longer provided by human. That's what Carrefour does with Pepper. They use it as a sommelier, as a wine advisor. If you go in an hypermarket today, there is nobody to help you with wine. So that's exactly how we see things with Pepper. Pepper and our robots are not here to replace human at all. They're here to provide a service that is not provided by a human any longer, or that is provided by a human today, but you know, maybe it's a repetitive service. You know what Pepper is doing on Costa, for example, answering the repetitive question about how do I use my key to open my door? How do I connect to the Wi-Fi? You know, this is not valuable task for human. You know, we better use human to perform tasks where they add value and provide a good customer service. You know, these repetitive questions, I mean, a robot is better fitted to do it because he's always patient. You can ask him 2,000 times the same question. He will always be happy to answer it and answer it and answer it the same way. And in the same time, we're just freeing people that, like me, I mean, will get tired if somebody asks me 20 times the same question, but then I can bring more value to the company by doing something which is not so repetitive, you know. So that's really how we see things. So that's why, you know, for example, yeah, in tourism, that's one of the examples we're giving, but you're right, I mean, you know, we are putting now Pepper also in museum to help people to welcome and guide them. So, I mean, the use of such social robots, because that's what they're, it's tremendous. You know, it's amazing how, in fact, using machine, we're just rebuilding social link and reintroducing humanoid services where there were no more services. So that's really, in that way, you need to see how we want to position robots. Thanks for your question, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Nicolas and Pepper.
Say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Au revoir. Okay, and thank you very much to the audience for being here at this late time of the day. May I suggest or recommend a get-together. Our gold sponsor, the MC Group, is meeting right now, is offering a get-together in the lobby of Hall 71B. So I can only encourage you to go and probably get a snack there. That's my assumption.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.